What's happening, y'all? It's your boy, the Gamer's Gamer, Sick Gamer. Oh boy, getting over a cold. I'm sorry for no videos in the past couple of days. I've just been getting over a sickness, but I had to pop off and make a video because there's some things going on in the wild right now, and I needed to address them because you know me, I'm very highly opinionated, and I wanted my opinion out there. That way, people knew how I thought about the situation. I didn't have to be asked about it later. So, I got two major topics that I want to talk about today. Today is death threats towards game developers. I am not okay with that. I don't understand. I understand people are upset because a game that they wanted to play is not coming out when they want it to come out. Mind you, I work for GameStop, so I'm sitting here hyping up people for this game. Mind you, anything that you hear in this video are my views and not the views of the company. My job is to hype up video games, and when I tend to hype up a video game, I expect the game to be coming out because it's my job is to hype up said video game. But the last thing, and on a side note, I was excited for Cyberpunk. I'm still excited for Cyberpunk. The fact that these developers want to bounce out and make sure that the game is to its highest standards. I mean, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I think, just got pushed back. If I heard that story, if I heard that story correctly, I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla got pushed back. I'd have to go take a look at that again. I don't know, but it's just not okay to make death threats. Not okay to do any of that. Like I remember during the summer, the whole Last of Us 2 death threat bullshit that happened. You know, just all the Spider-Man death threat stuff that happened, and now Cyberpunk's death threats. It's not okay to send death threats to somebody's family. It's just not okay. It's not okay. And it's not okay to do it to a YouTuber. It's not okay to do it to, game developers. It's not okay just to do it to normal people. That's just messed up. It's illegal and it's messed up. You're lucky these people don't press charges. Like, because if these people wanted to turn around and press charges on you, they could. Um, yeah. I don't get people. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I want to say about that before I get too controversial. Because I mean, there are certain things that I could say that I really want to say, but I'm not going to say because let's keep it G. I don't want to be that toxic. I don't want to be that way. Another major topic I wanted to talk about was Minilad. I used to be a really big fan. I'm a really big fan of what we call the Vanos crew, and I mean, I'm a big fan of Terrorizer. I'm a big fan of basically, all them guys. Uh, the first thing I want to comment on is Terrorizer and how a lot of these news channels are bad mouthing Terrorizer, saying that he should have known about the whole mini lad thing. The man's lived in Ireland his entire life. How is he gonna know mini lad's antics? Not only that, Terrorizer is one of those people who keeps to himself unless invited to something else that I've seen. I don't know these people personally that I have seen. So I mean, to sit there and say that Terrorizer should know what's going on is messed up. I know a lot of this mini lad stuff has died down, and I know a lot of this stuff with Terrorizer has died down, and cartoons and all of them. But I'm making a video about it now because I want to make a video. I want to put my perspective out into the wild about the whole mini lad situation coming from somebody who is a parent. Um, my thought process on this is do I feel like mini lad should still be on the YouTube platform? No, I don't. I really don't. I'm a father. I have kids. I'm making this in a perspective from somebody who has kids. Um, do I feel like Mini Lad should own up to what he did to his YouTube audience? Yes, because I do know that a lot of his viewership is a younger audience. And if I could, I would like to sit down with Mini Lad and find out what's going through his head. Find out what is going through his head to the point to where he still feels he can make the YouTube content that he makes. Like I said, this is going to be a very controversial video, and I'm a very controversial person, so it fits. Um, I've been a big fan of the Vanoss crew. I would say for the better half of 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. I've watched a lot of their content. I've watched a lot of Mini Lads content. I've watched a lot of Sunny's content. I have watched, a lot of their content. I have Nogla's content. And I mean, I understand why the crew is starting to distance themselves with Nogla having a kid, with, I think it's 407 that has a kid. Um, they want to distance themselves. With Wildcat doing as amazing as he is with his brand, I'd understand why he'd want to distance himself. He doesn't want to tarnish that. He's got a really thing going. I mean, that's one of my dreams too, is to be up on the Wildcast podcast, or the Wildcast, or whatever Wildcat calls it, or just to be on 100 Thieves podcast. That'd be really cool. I'd like to talk to Jack and all of them. I mean, I know I'm not big enough to ever get on to any of that. I would just like to sit down with them and be like, shoot the shit and basically get a perspective from, give fans a perspective from a small YouTuber. Because I don't think a lot of these bigger YouTubers do that too often, is get the smaller YouTubers, get their perspective. Not really to clout chase or pull away from their audience base. Basically just to show people that, us little guys are here too. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, with the whole mini lad situation, that's my thought process on it. Coming from a father, if I were to find out that it was my daughter that this had happened to, I don't think that I would have taken it lightly like it has been taken. I think that, I mean, knowing that this year is cancel culture, and I don't think anybody's career should be canceled. I'm not saying we need to, pull up arms, grab our pitchforks, and everything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm basically saying Mini Lad needs to own up to what he did. And if it has to take somebody like me, who's a smaller YouTuber, to basically look at the camera and be like, hey, Mini Lad, if you can't do it by yourself, let me help you. As simple as that. Let me help you. I'm more than willing to help you. You know? There's a lot of content creators out there, news channels that have made stories that are dragging your name and your brand through the dirt. Now, am I okay with what you did? No. I'll be the first person to say no. I have kids that love your channel, that love what you do, watch your stuff avidly. I had to put a stop to that because, until you own up to what you did. But what I am saying is let somebody on the outside that's not a really big YouTuber, that not very many people know. Let somebody who is an old fan of yours, even if it's not me, there's a lot of people out there that are telling you, hey, dude, this is something you need to do. Um, but yeah, that's all I want to say about the whole mini lad situation. I don't really want to make it a whole big deal. He's got enough bullshit that he's got to deal with. Another thing that I wanted to make a video on was I had watched a video from Griffin Gaming the other day. Love that dude. Shout out to Griffin Gaming. I know he doesn't need my shout out. He's doing perfectly fine on YouTube. Um, but I had watched a video from him the other day. Yes, I do watch other, opinionated content creators. And he is one of my more favorite, about what's called Sony ponies and Xbots. Um, and I wanted just to say to a lot of you Sony fans who are bad mouthing Microsoft, saying that it was bad for gaming for them to go out and buy Bethesda, or get a deal with Bethesda, or whatever they did with Bethesda. This is my thought process there. Kudos to you, Microsoft, for doing what you have to do, for doing the one thing that your fan base was mad about. I have an Xbox One S sitting right in front of me. I'm going to be picking up the Xbox Series X and or Series S, not and or just or. I'm not going to pick up both. That'd be pointless. Um, because that's where I know my friends play. But with that being said, here's the part that I want to comment on. Sony fans have to understand that Just because Sony can buy exclusives, Microsoft can't. I mean, I'm going to quote Griffin Gaming for a second. Insomniac Games. Come on, Sony. God of War. Come on, Sony fans. I mean, come on. You're mad that you can't play a Bethesda game on your console, but you're mad because you can't play an exclusive title on your console. Yet you have God of War, you have Last of Us 1 and 2. Mind you, I'm not talking shit. They're amazing games. I love God of War. I love The Last of Us 1 and 2. They were amazing games. Horizon Zero Dawn was an amazing game. Ghost of Tsushima is an amazing game. When it comes to exclusivity, do I like it? No, I don't. I think it's stupid. It's not good for anybody to have an exclusive deal. But when you're saying that your console should be the only one with exclusives, and you want to badmouth a company because they don't have an exclusive, but like Griffin Gaming said, I will quote him again, when they want to flex their pocket, flex them dollars, because you know they got that shit, then y'all want to throw a fit. I'm a fan of Sony. I'm a fan of Xbox. Have been for years. I'm a fan of Steam. I'm a fan of Epic Games. I'm a fan of all that crap. I'm a gamer first. And I'm a very opinionated gamer. Like, I've got my Warframe tattoo, you know. Is Warframe the best game in the world? No. Do I love that game? Fuck yeah, I love that game. Do I think it should be exclusive to any one console? No. When they brought it to consoles, not just PC, I loved it. Loved it. When they made, what was another PC game? Civilization. That was supposed to be a PC exclusive. They said that they weren't going to bring that to consoles. I don't know if any of y'all remembered that. I read that story. But I mean, it's just, y'all have to remember, understand, and get it through. Like, we live in one of the greatest eras for gaming. We're living through games that look phenomenal, play phenomenal, do phenomenal. I mean, we've got indie games. Once again, I'm a big indie fan. Among Us. Fall Flat or whatever that game's called. The Fall Kings game or the Fall Play game. I don't know. I don't play it. I was never a big fan of it. But kudos to them. You know? Like, my thoughts and heart go out to you because you guys made a successful game. We live in an era where any game has the chance to be successful. If you have the right player base and the right following, stop catering to people who are toxic and are going to destroy your game. That's just me. Rainbow Six Siege is one of the most phenomenal competitive shooters that I've ever played. You would ask my boss, it's probably the best competitive shooter. I mean, I'm nicknamed after Termite on Thermite. I call myself Termite. Due to Rainbow Six Siege, like it's one of my more favorite games to play when I want to mess around or when I want to be competitive. Call of Duty is another one where there's a zombies exclusivity, and everybody said, "Oh, that's gonna kill Call of Duty." No, it's not. It's the game is gonna do well regardless. I don't care what anybody says. The game is going to do well regardless. But I mean, that's my thought process on all that. I'm getting heated. I can feel myself getting heated. These are supposed to be opinionated videos, not me pushing my thoughts. Actually, no, it's supposed to be me pushing my thoughts with it. That's what an opinion is. The last thing I want to talk about, before I close out this video, like I said, I'm getting over sickness and all that. I still have a bunch of videos in the works that I'm working on. Got a few things that I'm doing. But the last thing I want to talk about is mental health. We're coming up on that time of year where, everybody's mental health is going to start wearing down on them. I lost a friend last year, a really good friend of mine last year, due to mental health issues. So, I mean, if I can help somebody else out, I will. Mental health wise. I mean, if you ever need somebody to talk to, please find somebody to talk to. And if you can't find somebody to talk to, I'm all over the place. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on, you can find me on here, anything. Like if it's something that needs to be addressed, it's something that needs to be addressed. As somebody, as coming from somebody who suffers from mental health, that's me. Um, I've got a lot of problems that I deal with, a lot of stuff that I don't talk about that I should talk about, that I'm starting to open up about. Just just don't let that shit sink you down. Just don't. Please don't. I know how hard the holiday seasons are. I know how hard it is to push yourself out there and get put out there. I know it. It's a messed up world out there, and especially for 2020, it's going to be even more messed up. A lot of people can't see their families. We shout out to you. A lot of soldiers can't come home. We shout out to you. A lot of hospital personnel. We shout out to all of y'all. If it weren't for all of y'all, none of us would be able to do what we're able to do today. So I mean, our hearts go out to you. Our thoughts and prayers go out to you. But like I said, when it comes to mental health, I take that shit very seriously. I don't take anybody that says something about mental health when it comes to certain situations, and stuff like that. I take that stuff very seriously. I don't take it with a grain of salt. I don't think anybody's just attention seeking, because it's always that last person that you think is attention seeking really isn't. It's really a cry out for help. So, I mean, if you got any friend that you know that's suffering from mental health, if you got any friend that you know that's in a really hard time or a really hard place, send them to me. I'll be more than willing to sit down and talk with them. I'd be more than willing to, just kind of stress my word out to them. Um, yeah, I know, yeah, sorry, it just stuff like that just kind of gets to me, and I've seen a lot of people that are going through it, and I've seen a lot of people that are dealing with it. Um, so in closing, this is what I gotta say. When it comes to the whole mini lad stuff, basically, he's getting away with it. If it were in a different light, in a different scenario, that he wasn't on the platform that we're on, and he wasn't as big and making this platform the money he was making, he'd have been shut down. I mean, a lot of us smaller YouTubers, if we were to do something like that, would have got shut down real quick. Um, I do know if I ever build a fan base, just know I'm here for you. You're here for me. If it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be me. And if it weren't for some of y'all that still watch my videos and still, check my stuff out, you know, my heart goes out to you. Thank you. Thank you a whole lot. Like, it means a lot to me. 10, 13 views, to those bigger YouTubers, I don't mean anything. But to a little person like me, knowing that 13 people saw my video, that's still potential, man. That's still potential. But you know who it is. It's your boy, the Gamer's Gamer, Termite, whatever you want to call me. Check me out again. If you're feeling up to it, drop a subscribe. If you got a topic you want to hear me speak my mouth about, let me know. You never know. I might show up in the next video. I got another video that I'm going to put out today. I'm actually going to put it out today. I've been meaning to make a video on a whole nother topic that um, kind of confuses me. I just wanted to get my, mouth out there about it. But, let me know what y'all want to hear. Let me know what y'all want to see. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and peace.